Me. Yes, you were in my belly. 3-year-old. Why? Tears in her eyes. Why did you eat me? Yeah, honestly, what kind of terrible mother eats their own child and then waits 9 months and then just spits them back out and then raises them like nothing ever happened? You can't just do that. What's wrong with you? What's up, boys? I'm currently recording this at 12:34 in the morning, and I still have another video to record because I am leaving in like 3.5 hours for Florida for 2 weeks. I am like mad tired, and I don't really know if I'm gonna sleep or not, because if I do, I'll literally just sleep for an hour. I'll probably just stay up and like play Valorant comp or something. I don't know.
Last player standing.
Anyway, for this video, let me know your plans for this summer. Are you going on vacation, or are you just staying home like a loser? What do you got going on, huh? Tell me. Anyway, with that being said, we got the usual today, r/kidsarestupid, once a month, you know the deal. Anyway, I'm not gonna waste any more time, boys. Enjoy the video. 6-year-old son. Who would win in a fight between a hippo and a lion? Me. I don't know. Maybe the hippo because he's big and can stomp? Wrong. The lion has a knife. Well, he did fail to mention that part, so. Okay, but what if the hippo has a gun? Then what? I don't think the lion would win that. You know what they say, don't bring a knife to a gunfight. So, my son just told me that he loves the new toy trucks that they got at daycare. They are his toy trucks. We donated them because he refused to play with them. He just, maybe didn't like playing with them with you. Maybe you're the problem, Mark Young. Maybe the daycare kids enjoy playing with the trucks with him. But you're just a bad dad. My son is 2.5 years old, and this is his favorite book. Bubbles, Bubbles, Cookie Monster. Today, I noticed something wrong with the soap. And this dumb 2-year-old has been eating soap. The fact that there's like multiple parts where bites have been taken out means that he actually has bitten it multiple times and actually enjoys the taste. So you might not even have a human on your hands, actually. You might just have like some mutant creature that consumes soap for sustenance. On 9/11, a classmate frantically came back to school during lunch and asked if I had heard about the Twin Towers. She'd just seen it on the news. I had no idea what she was on about, but didn't want to seem dumb, so I said, yeah, of course, and that I'd read about it yesterday. Dude, she's probably grown up and thought that you were like an insider on the whole thing. She's like, I don't know what you guys are talking about with this whole Bush did 9/11 thing. My teacher in elementary school somehow knew about 9/11 the day before it happened. So I'm thinking that she might have done it, honestly. She might have had some sort of weird knowledge. Kid at the park just told me it's her birthday today. I asked her how old she is and she said 5.5. Story absolutely crumbling. I wished her a happy birthday, but I crossed my fingers while I did it. Maybe it's her half birthday, okay? You know, some kids celebrate those for some reason. I actually used to hear about kids when I was younger that actually, like, celebrated their half birthday and their parents gave them gifts for their half birthday. Dude, all I'm saying is, if any of you guys have that, you're the most spoiled child to ever exist, and I hope you know that. Good afternoon, all. We have had a student in another second grade classroom take roughly $900 from his parents' possessions and bring it to campus. He and another student then started handing the money out on the playground before being caught. Mr. Blank was able to recover and return approximately $300 to the child parents, but the rest is still missing. If you happen to notice that your child is suddenly in possession of unexplained cash, including $100 and $20 bills, please let myself or Mr. Blank know so that we may return the missing money if possible. Thank you, Blank. Honestly, this kid's just built to be a criminal. He's probably gonna grow up and start running heists when he's older, like in GTA or something. He's gonna be like, yeah, I've been doing this whole heist thing since I was a kid, man. I used to steal $900. Him with the glove. If you gotta get that range, why just run faster when you can just throw a projectile at the kid and do it that way? I respect the thinking process, honestly. I think that the sport should just be changed to fit her rules. So, probably one of the weirdest messages I've ever sent, and I'm going to apologize in advance. Your son got bit by a turtle on his tongue. He's fine, it was a small cut, and it is not bleeding anymore. Just sore, but I did want you to be aware. How did it happen? He caught it and was holding it up by his face. Then he opened his mouth wide to fake like he was going to eat it like a sandwich. So again, I'm sorry this happened on my watch. I can honestly say that I never expected that to be an issue today. This is probably just going to teach this person that you can never be too sure when you're around those little gremlins. You think you know how to take care of a kid until they try to eat a turtle like a sandwich and get snapped on the tongue, and then now their tongue is gone, and for the rest of their life they're talking like, I have no time. My 4-year-old niece can't read and bought me this birthday card because it featured a cute dog with a party hat. Die already. Damn. I mean, honestly, the dog isn't even that cute. Bro looks angry. He looks mad at the world. I meant for an injury. 2 years since his last physical injury. They will numb it and glue it, I'd say. That's what I think. They'll have to give him something to chill him out. Yeah, they sure will. How did he fall onto that? He slipped and peed. He peed in the stem of the decorative pumpkin and then slipped and peed. I am saving this text because when he's old enough to comprehend things, I want to reread this to him, and when he has children and they do stupid stuff like this, I'm going to read this to him. I may even get this text chain tattooed so it's a constant reminder of just how dumb that was. Why is she going off on her own son like that, bro? He's like 6. Relax. That is pretty impressive, though. How are you gonna pee in the stem of a decorative pumpkin and then slip in your own pee? How do you even slip and pee? Pee isn't even like slippery. The lady across the street must think I'm the worst mother. Has she ever seen me playing nicely with my kids? No. Has she seen me chasing my naked 5-year-old around the yard trying to get my keys from him because he locked his brother in the car? Yes. All 3 times. I have so many questions. Why is his brother locked in the car? Why is he naked? And why is he running around the backyard? I just need to know how this unfolded. Like, I need to know the context here. What happens in the lunchroom stays in the lunchroom. Lunchtime in our cafeteria is always disgusting. They serve hot poop and poop. But some students burp their own sussies to eat. Some kids quietly spit their poop, while others throw carrots or apples when the teachers aren't looking. One time, a bunch of kids mixed all of their unfinished poop and poop together to make a poopy mountain of poop on a chair. The teachers were sus, but everyone had already goofed outside for recess, so nobody got in trouble. This is the story of a lifetime. What is Lord of the Rings? What is Harry Potter? What is any of that? I just need to know the poop lunchroom story. That's all I care about. The best part about this is I know this kid was absolutely cracking up while writing this, because I remember being a kid and literally not even being able to comprehend how like some adults don't find poop jokes funny, because that was literally my entire sense of humor when I was in like 5th grade. So I know for a fact that this kid was dying. Strange offer. Anyone need rice tonight? I asked my daughter to make rice and she cooked 7 cups. She did a great job. I will be packing it up in about 15 minutes. Let me know. That's actually kind of impressive that she was able to, you know, cook that much rice and cook all of it correctly, because this looks good, honestly. I mean, it's a bunch of rice and I would definitely not be able to eat all that, but at least it's cooked right. What was the idiotic game you and your stupid friends played growing up? My buddies and I used to turn all the lights out in the basement and throw those giant exercise balls through the pitch blackness in random directions trying to hit each other. The fear, the anticipation, and the sound of the ball whistling through the dark. The game only had downsides and shouldn't have been ever created. No. I think you're onto something here. I actually think this is a great idea and sounds very fun. In fact, I'm actually gonna ask the guys that I'm going to Florida with today if they want to do that, because I think this would be a great time. Let me know if you guys want to see that. I'll videotape it. My sister just told me about her insane aspirations to own a bug hospital when she is older. According to her, she and 2 of her friends will found an illegal bug hospital inside her parents' house without a PhD or even college experience at all. The money to fund this will come from her friends who loves bugs. She will also pay her workers 2 pennies a day. Well, she's already better than like a lot of billionaires, so you know, she's on the right track, I guess. Honestly, post aside though, this person who posted this is using Discord light mode. Genuinely, I've never actually met a person in real life who uses Discord light mode like willingly. Actually, I've never met one who uses Discord light mode at all. So congratulations on being the first, and maybe admit yourself to like some sort of mental hospital. One week, the school bully was targeting me and my friend. We didn't like it very much, so we devised a genius plan to fight back. We started calling him Guacamole because we thought he was Mexican. He was African American. He stopped picking on us, so I guess it worked. So your idea to stop your bully from bullying you was just to be racist. I don't know if that's a great idea, but you know what? hey, I guess it worked, and I guess it wasn't really racist because he wasn't even Mexican, so you got lucky this time, but I wouldn't try that again, otherwise you might have a bad time on Twitter. We got a kid who tried to paint his face as Darth Maul and did that. Dude, honestly, I kind of respect him because when I was a little kid, I remember I went to some like fair once and I got my face painted like Darth Maul, and I literally did not want to ever wash it off or take a shower ever because I thought it was the absolute coolest thing to ever happen to me. And if I could have in that moment and I knew what they were, I probably would have gotten a face tattoo of Darth Maul covering my whole face. So I'm kind of glad that I didn't know what that was. I deeply regret intercepting my 7-year-old who was about to copy this card she found online for my husband's birthday. Happy birthday. I'll give you the D later. Oh my god. No. I think that's probably a good thing that you actually intercepted that. Imagine him opening that in front of the whole family and having to read that out loud. That would be traumatizing. And the kid would be like, do you like it, Dad? And he'd be like, yeah, honey. I love it. Thanks. Reasons my 2-year-old cried this week so far. Paw Patrol went to a commercial break. I gave him Munster cheese and not string cheese. I don't know how to pronounce that, so I'm sorry. I probably pronounced it wrong. I wouldn't let him run into the street. I told him to stop licking his younger brother's feet. Well, to me, honestly, those are all perfectly valid reasons to cry. I actually cry about all of these today. So I have a pretty hard life, and I would like your sympathy. Thank you very much. My daughter just asked to put a Diet Coke in the oven because she found a recipe for invisible ink in her spy kit that calls for baking soda. Frankly, I'm just happy she was willing to bake the soda herself instead of asking me to do it. Did the Diet Coke not explode? I feel like putting Diet Coke in the oven would just make it somehow turn into like a nuclear bomb or something. That feels like a recipe for disaster. Anyway, boys, that's gonna be it for this month's episode of Dumb Children on the Internet. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next week when I inevitably do something dumb again. And a lot of you guys watch it for some reason. Don't know why. Follow me on Twitter and Instagram at DomSoEpic, and I'll catch you guys later. Peace. Bodies in the back, keep my friends in the